Okay, welcome to tutorial 5. As you can see, we entered all the information for Theodore. And we got back down to white blood cell count. We put in 4 and we clicked on update test. And the test will now be updated. And all the information that we entered will now be entered into the SEMA system report. When you get up to the top, I want you to go to the View Test tab. Click on that. And a lot of valuable information will be told to you in this tab area. So what I want you to do is look at all the different blood tests that we basically entered the data for. And you'll see that there are 2 tests, glucose and GGT, that are red. That means they're out of the pathological range. Interesting thing is anything in yellow over here is out of the functional range. You can see that there are many, many tests that are out of the functional range, which is telling me that there's a good possibility that many of these functional problems will become pathological in the near future. When we scroll down, you can literally say, well, alkaline phosphatase, a GGT, what's that? Well, you click on GGT and it'll tell you what's going on. So this is an educational tool as well as a diagnostic tool. As we continue to scroll down, we're going to see a bar graph. And this bar graph will give us a snapshot of metabolically what's going on with the patient. Is this person's metabolic engine compromised? Is it slow? Is it fast? What's going on? In this particular case, it looks like Teddy's metabolism is slow. And the reason why I say it's slow is because you see many more bars on the bottom. And the 2 bars that are up here on the top, if you take the pointer and click on that, you can see that that's GGT. Well, that shouldn't be that high. And the same thing with this bar over on this end. It's glucose. It shouldn't be that high. So if we remove those 2 bars from the equation, you can see that Teddy's metabolic rate is really sluggish. Now, the blood test will also give us a snapshot of the immune stress that's along with it. And we can see right through here, if we look at all the CBC and differential, all different kinds of white blood cells, we can literally see that the whole immune system is being stressed. There's a lot of toxicity in the body, there's a lot of infection in the body, and this person's whole immune system is being compromised. So Teddy, get with the program. Now, we not only evaluate the CBC and differential for immune stress, but what we want to do is we want to look at each system in the body and see if there's any kind of stress that we have to deal with that particular system. Well, if we look at the cardiovascular, urinary, and respiratory systems, there's really not much of a problem because anything above 33 1/3% or below is a problem. In this particular case, there's nothing above or below. Everything is, well within the range or parameters that I set up. Now, if you look at the digestive situation, the gallbladder is extremely high, liver is extremely high, and the pancreatic head is extremely high. Now, if you're not sure what each one of these glands or organs do, just click on it. And a whole snapshot of an explanation of what this particular gland or organ does. And then you can start to see, oh, wow, the gallbladder, the liver, the pancreas, they all enter into that same area. There's a lot of issues going on here. This could basically set the stage for some kind of pancreatic cancer or some kind of liver gallbladder problem, so on and so forth. Now, as you scroll down, you can see results by endocrine, the whole endocrine system. You see the pancreatic tail is compromised. In this particular case, you can realize the pancreatic tail takes care of insulin. And we can see that it's a problem with Theodore's testicles. So we can continue to scroll down. You can see problems with the immune system, where it's the thymus and the spleen. So we examine each system, and if we're not sure exactly what each gland or organ does, you can click on that, and again, it gives you the explanation. Now, if you want to know how we came up with these percentages, if you really want to get into detail, which is fine with me, click on Show Expanded, and what you'll do is you'll see all the different organs up on the top, and you'll see all the different tests going down the side. Now, each particular test relates to a certain gland or organ. So you can see total bilirubin, in this particular case, relates to gallbladder. Same thing with GGT, relates to gallbladder. So we multiply the weight of that particular test by how far out of range that test was, and then we come up with a percentage, and we base it underneath the grand total number of points, and this is how we come up with these percentages. So it's a little bit of a simplistic way to do it, but yet it's very rewarding when you can figure these things out and get a really good idea of what tests relate to what function of what particular gland and why we're coming up with that. So once you get that underneath your belt, you understand what's going on, you just click back on that, and then everything goes back to normal. Now, not only do we rate the organs and glands by system, we'll rate the top 12 glands and organs. So you'll see that the gallbladder is number 1, liver. So if we don't do things with those particular areas, we're going to have some issues. The same thing with the thymus, spleen, and the pancreas. We're going to have to start working with the immune system, the liver, gallbladder, and the pancreas, and then part of the reproductive system as well. So what we're going to do is, in the next tutorial, which is tutorial 6, we're going to show you how to add supplements into your patient's program and how to add supplements into this program. Hope you learned a lot. It's fantastic. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you at the next tutorial.